The thoughts, views, and opinions are that of my own. I am not a salesman. I cannot be bought. This is all entertainment. Let's go.
The cipher. It's the new cipher.
Peace, 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 peace. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Y'all already know the vibes. It is.
It's the new cipher.
I'm back. Let's get to it. Y'all already know the vibes. Let's go. Got my notes, but you know I gotta go ahead and get my water. Yeah. Let me set this right here. Check, check. Stay hydrated.
The cipher. It's the new cipher.
Mic check. Imagination, I see you. What's going on? It's the new setup, up in the new house. Enjoying the vibes. I'm gonna be changing some things around, gonna get some new lighting that I'm gonna have to order, but you know, I hope y'all like the new vibes, the new setup. You know, some things may change a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and get to it.
The cipher.
Drink of choice. Y'all know I've been doing this thing. Glenmorangie Tales of Tokyo. Limited edition. Drink responsibly. We already got 108 people in here in only a couple of seconds. Y'all been anticipating. Let's go. I got a lot to say. We're going to have a lot to get to. Cheers. Drink responsibly.
The cipher. It's the new
Y'all already know. Coming to the stage. What's up? Let's go. Peace, 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 and more peace. It is a what? It is a vibe. So we got a lot to get to tonight. It's been a minute. I might be a little rusty, but I think we're going to make it do what it do. Hopefully it's not too much of an echo, and hopefully everybody is understanding what's happening here. So one of the things a couple things we're going to talk about today for the format of the show, because I want to do them in order. We're going to talk about the new Angel Shares Paradis. I'm going to give you my first impressions on it. I have an official Paradis. I keep saying Paradis. It's Paradis. I have an official sample. We'll see what that's about. And I have my card from my Killian rep who has the price. It seems like for 50 ml, it's $385. For 100 ml, it's $460. That's crazy for that liquors collection. That's kind of crazy. But that's up in par with their normal bottles, which like straight to Heaven Extreme, I think was like $350-ish. So it's a little high. We'll see. We'll see if it's worth it. I don't know. That's a little steep, and I don't mind spending money on fragrances, but that might be a little steep. Apparently, this is their highest concentration, I think, is what they're promoting it as, their deepest concentration. So this is first impressions. It's not going to be a full review. I'm going to give you my thoughts. That can change over time. Over time of wearing. Now, I don't like doing full reviews on samples. Like, it's of my belief that if I'm giving a full review, I want to at least wear it 7 times at a minimum. 7 to 5 times. I want to put it in different environments. I want to wear it to the hookah. I want to wear it to the cigar lounge. I want to wear it to the speakeasy. I want to wear it out at night. I want to wear it during the daytime. I put 1 or 2 sprays in the gym, depending on the weather, just to see what happens when my body temperature rises, what it's going to do for me. So I'm not going to get all of that in this. I don't know how people do full reviews on these small samples, because a full wearing, I'm going to use 75, 85% of the bottle on or the spray on the first wearing. I don't know how I'm gonna get multiple wearings on samples, but so it's gonna be a first impression. And if you're in my private Facebook group, after my first wear, I might do some kind of, I don't really want to call it a full review. I'll call it like a first impressions wearing review. What did it do when I went outside? Because unlike some reviewers, I'm outside. I'm not in the house. You know what I'm saying? So we yeah. So yeah, I mean, so we're gonna do that. And I brought Angel Shares out so I can do a comparison between the two. After we do that, for those who don't care about all the other stuff I'm gonna get into, Peace King, appreciate the super chat. What am I gonna say? For all the people who don't really want to hear all the nonsense I've been observing, I've been quiet because I've been busy. For those who ain't been following me, I've been building a house from the ground up. We are here. 6,000 square feet. You do the math in the Washington, D.C. area. Don't want to talk money, but 6,000 square feet. This is a dedicated fragrance room. I have a office, and this isn't a bedroom. This was never supposed to be a bedroom. This is a fragrance cigar lounge. I can smoke in here, drink. This is a man cave. I have a TV on the wall. Like, this is a built-in man cave. I'm going to be probably this summer be building a full-fledged gym in my basement. I got an open space for that I'm going to carve out, that I'm going to build up. So I have a lot of home improvement things to do, but I've been busy. Well, while I've been busy, a lot of things have been said about me. So I'm going to address them. It's said about other people I'm not going to really delve into as much, but people have been saying my name. So I'm going to address that. And I'm going to address a few things that I observed. A lot of goofiness. We're going to talk. I want to talk to Fragcom in general. I think Fragcom is acting very goofy over something so slight. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to deal with some bigotry that happened while I was gone. I think it was over the summer. People said some wild stuff and then deleted their video. That's crazy. You should have stood on business, Holmes. But we're going to deal with that. And then I'm going to deal with washed up OG has-beens. Yes, has-beens. Washed up. Birds of a feather flock together. Some has-beens out here. And I'm going to address them. And I'm going to say names. So we'll deal with that. But before we get into all that, let's just get into what y'all came here to talk about. And we're going to get into that Angel Shares Paradis. Let's go. So I didn't really look at the notes. I know on here he said it's some raspberry, Bulgarian rose, and sandalwood. That's what they do. So I expect it to be Bulgarian rose tends to me, almost like Rose Absolute, tends to have a warm rose. It's not a like Rose Centifolio. I get a little bit more citruses to that rose. With Bulgarian rose, I get more like cinnamon, raspberry anyway. So that should make it a jammy experience. Then with the cognac and the booze, I expect there to be a boozy raspberry version, deep raspberry version of Angel Shares. That's what I expect, but we'll see. So 3 sprays. Ooh, I can smell that from here. Smells good. Smells good. I get the Angel Share DNA, but while that's cooking in the air, let me put the other Angel Share on. Okay, let's let that set for a while. Paradis. Paradis, I mean, I'm going to keep messing that up. Somebody going to check me. Okay. As I expected, I get a very jammy, fruity, like almost red berry liqueur, like a raspberry, a deep, rich raspberry. And when you think of booze, like I'm a booze guy. When I talk about this cognac, there's 3 steps to a fine cognac. First of all, stop like mixing good cognac with chaser. Like to the nose on this, I get some cherry, some orange zest, some woods, almost sandalwood, slightly peppery, because I think they put this in 3 different oak barrels. To the taste, a little bit of that orange zest, that orange rind, that orange peel, almost like a little sandalwood, hints of cedar in here, and some dark cherry. That's kind of the taste. We'll see what the finish is like. With the finish, I get a little bit more caramelic notes with it. So when I review fragrances, I do it the way I do my liquors. And it's almost like you took a really good cognac and you put it in a wine cask. So I'm getting, yeah, like a raspberry jammy version, but you get elements of the original, but so you know it's there, but then you top it with a deep, rich raspberry. That's really what you really get. So my initial thoughts. Let me go with the price. All right. So again, this is first impression. I'm going to go on with the live. As I'm going through the live, I will give it time to transition. And at the end of the live, I will give my final thoughts on, because sometimes fragrances take a minute to transition. I'm not going to do a first impressions and get to an end of transition in 13 minutes like other people. Fragrances take time to transition. Anywho, 50 ml for $385. I think not. For me. And I will spend money on fragrances behind me. I'll spend cash. I don't have a problem dropping cash. But Killian tends to go on discounters. $385 for what Killian normally charges for their glass bottles. $385 isn't really ridiculous. I don't know if this is a limited edition. Now, if it's a limited edition, like Straight to Heaven Extreme, then I probably will get it. If I find out that it's a limited, like Straight to Heaven Extreme, Love Don't Be Shy Rose, Love Don't Be Shy Rose Ooh, like every year it seems like he might come out with a different version of Angel Share. So if he do like next year might be Angel Share's Ooh, because he does that with Straight to Heaven and he does that with Love Don't Be Shy. Every year it'll be something different. Now, if I find out that's the case, I'm buying a bottle. Because when it's gone, it's going to be gone. I will get a bottle. But if it's not a limited run and it's going to be around $385, I'm going to probably wait on discounters. $460 for 100 ml, I think not. I'm not. Now, that's just from a financial standpoint. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say what you should do. I don't tell people how to spend their money. Your finances is your own problem. I don't get into that. With all things, sample, figure it out on your own. Now, with that said, it's great, bro. It's good. Now, I can see this fragrance. First of all, highly it's unisex. Let's start there. It's an extremely fruity version. For those men who don't like fruity gourmand takes of fragrances, this may be too feminine for you. I don't see it as rose, although I understand that Bulgarian rose has a raspberry feel, so I can smell it. But most people will just get a really jammy, like a raspberry jam on top of their like boozy cognac woods, a little bit of nuttiness in the fragrance, like a really good liqueur. Now, what I will say is this is going to make tons of highly complimented list, panty dropper list, date night fragrance list. Bro, you going on a first date, this is going to rock. I'm telling you, it's a good fragrance. Now, for $400 for the snobs, you're going to be like, this is $400. You're overpaying for the price. Listen, it is what it is, right? That's a little steep. And you be like, well, it probably should be at 2 something. Yeah, maybe, but it's not. So we got to deal with the reality of it. I'm probably going to hold out and see. I'm going to do more research and find out if it's a limited run. If it's limited, I'm getting it. If it's not, I'm going to wait or go in the Killian group and see if somebody got the connect. that's what I'm going to do. But it's good. Compliment getting, first date fragrances, night outs, wintertime. I mean, it's a really good boozy raspberry liqueur. It's good. It's good. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, we already know Comra and all these other clone companies are gonna clone it. So for those of you all who don't have the financial ability to really drop that kind of money, or you have it, but you want to prioritize a little bit more with your finances, then I would just say, probably go with a clone. Will it be as good as this? I don't know. I don't really buy the clone stuff, so I'm not going to buy it and compare it. So I'm not going to be able to help you with that. There are reviewers who will be able to help you with that, who do that. I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. So for my initial first opening spray, amazing fragrance. It smells really rich, and it smells denser than the OG Angel Share. It smells denser, and I get over 8 hours with the original. This smells denser. So performance should be the same, if not a little bit better. I think anything over 7 to 8 hours, I think is extremely good longevity. There's nowhere I'm going outside of work that I'm going to be there for more than 5 hours. For me, some people say if I'm paying $460, I need it to be 10 hours. I don't equate how long something lasts with price point. That's how it makes me feel. And if I'm willing to drop that coin, that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm not here to tell you what to do. That's my thought on this. We will revisit this sample. We will revisit this sample as I'm doing the videos. So with that said, Fragcom, we have a problem. I'm bringing you to court, and I'm filing charges on some of you losers. Dear Fragcom, we're going into the courtroom because we have a problem. We have Fragcom members in Fragcom that's upset that DHP is reformulated. I think it's mighty goofy, and I think people need to get over it. So, dear Fragcom, DHP, amazing fragrance. I think I got this in 2017. I think the original came out in 2014. Somebody put it into the comments. I think 2014 is when this came out, right? That's over 10 years. I'm going to say it again, 10 years. Now, around 17, 18, it disappeared. You can get it in groups, discounters. Every now and then it would pop up. But it disappeared for a while on the US market. Europe, it was there because the perfume guy, my guy, was buying up all the stash. He was buying it up all. Like he worked for the cartel. He was a fragrance mule. Buying up everything. That's my guy though. And he loves the fragrance. I think if you love a fragrance that much, you should buy it up. I wish I could have bought up bottles of Faith, but I have a backup bottle. I'm cool on that. That's over 10 years. And I think recently, when did it come back? Somebody put in the chat. I think in 2021, it came back in 100 ml. And then you have reviewers get the 100 ml, and they was like, it's very similar to this. Like I have this, and then I have a backup bottle. I'm cool, right? So for the most part, people have had almost 2022, right? So you had almost 3 years to buy it, and there's some stock of this still out. You just got to do the work and get it. But you've had almost 10 years to buy the fragrance. People, the hell is your problem? If you cared about the fragrance that much, or if you liked it that much, why didn't you have a bottle? Sometimes I think Fragcom, I don't get it, right? It's like y'all just want stuff to be on the shelf just to say it's on the shelf because you ain't buying it. It's like you just want stuff there. You just want to know it's there. You're not buying up bottles. You're not the perfume guy buying up bottles every time he crosses path with one. You're not even purchasing it. Some of y'all haven't even purchased it and crying about a fragrance that you had many opportunities to buy at retail and you didn't buy it. For somebody who so-called likes a fragrance, Boadicea Faith. I bought that fragrance, a couple years ago. Got it out the post office, put it on my hand, smelt it. I immediately got another bottle at over 600. Bought another bottle, backup bottle. That's what you do when you really like something that much. You just buy another bottle. That way, when the news came out that Faith was discontinued, I didn't care. That's not my problem. Everybody had an opportunity to get one, to sample it and figure it out. There's some people who sampled who didn't get it. Here's my advice to those people. You don't really like it that much. Don't make me liking it or another influencer liking it or everybody else in a Facebook group liking it force you to have FOMO and go get it. Because if you truly liked it that much, you would have got a bottle already. You had it over a year to get a bottle and you didn't. Now you're paying $200, $300, $400 or more now because it's discontinued. You had an opportunity. With this, clearly it wasn't selling. You know, designer brands in stores, Macy's, Dillard's, their job is to sell fragrances. It's to sell. They're not for people in Fragcom. What they're for is for the wife on Father's Day walking to the mall and saying, I think I want to buy my husband or boyfriend or whoever a gift. My side dude, my work husband, a gift. And while walking through the mall, some sales associate stops them and says, hey, you need some help? Come over here. We just got the new Dior parfum. Come smell it. And when most people came through and smelt this, novice, they said, yeah, no, it smells like a molded inside of a lipstick purse with some heavy oud. I'm cool on that, bro. And they give me the stronger with you. I'll take that. Give me the Paco Rabanne. I'll take that. I don't want this. So it's set on shelves. Again, you had an opportunity to get it. Here's the other thing. Common sense and logic is that Dior came out and they said, we have a home 2020? Dior Home 2020, right? Now, Dior Home 2020 came out. Logic and common sense would say DHP and DHI are going to go bye-bye inevitably. This has gone bye-bye. It don't take a rocket scientist to know that DHI is going to go bye-bye. Maybe you should go buy bottles. If you're going to crown the internet over it, go buy bottles. Now, I haven't smelt the new Dior Home Parfum. I haven't. Will I get it? No, I don't really care that much. But I might. Because I do like the Dior line. I think Dior, Chanel, I think they get it right. Unlike other brands, I think for the most part, they get it right. But the new Dior Home Parfum is probably a parfum version of the 2020. You think? Maybe? And since the 2020 was different, I'm sure the Dior Home Parfum would be different. And I'm sure if they come out with a DHI 2026, that will be different as well. This is common sense and logic. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. Go buy your bottles and stop crying over it. It's going to go bye-bye. And the part that kills me is I feel like sometimes Fragcom don't think for yourself. It's like it's monkey see, monkey do, and a lot of dick riding. Pardon my French. A lot of it. Influencers, when 2020 came out, a lot of influencers was like, this shit is trash. Dior Home 2020 is trash. Everybody in groups was like, it's trash. Then influencers came out and said, it's good. Then everybody say, oh, it's amazing. Bro, think for yourself. I'm not just talking to people subscribe to me. Anybody who come across this video, this is for you. Think for yourself, sample for yourself, figure it out. The world is not a monolith. Some people smelt 2020 and even today, like, I'm good on that. Give me the original. Cool, I respect it. But the way y'all flipped, like clockwork. Soon as Jen Sense and these other influencers say it's good and started putting it on lists, it's kind of childish. It's weird. It's giving much cowgirl dick riding, cowgirl style. Think for yourself, please, for the love of God. Think for yourself. Now, for those of you who can't get your hands on a bottle of this, who are losing your damn minds, guess what? Boadicea Harmonious, which in essence might be better. Might be better. And this isn't $1,000 bottle. You can get bottles for this for $260-ish for 100 ml. That might be a little steep, but at some point, this is going to be about $260, $280 for 75, 100 ml. Like 260 is, it's the same DNA, but add some cognac and a little booze to it, bro. Bro, what are we talking about? Harmonious is better. Why aren't y'all like, all right, well, this is discontinued. I'm just going to go buy this. It's out there. Just buy this. It's cool. I know Boadicea can be expensive. So people see it and they say no. Go on discounters. You can get this for probably around $260, $230 in certain groups. You can probably find this. It's better. Not by miles, by inch, but better nonetheless. I really haven't reached for this since I've had that. So that's my take. Fragcom, for the love of all things, please stop crying over fragrances that are discontinued, especially when you had the opportunity to buy it and didn't. It's called you snooze, you lose. Moving on. The next person to the chat is going to be a fragrance reviewer. You're a bigot. And you made a video that I thought you were staying on business, but you didn't. So while I was gone, there was a person who did a video. Now, here's my thing. That video didn't make me mad in the grand scheme. You know why? Because I like my bigots and my races the way I like my whiskey. I like them straight up. I like them straight. I respect it. I respect the dude walk down the street in the hood. I know where he stand. He know where I stand. We know violence is imminent. You go over there, I'm over here. Violence is always on the table. I know it ain't hitting. It's when people try to play both sides. And with that, I had and I'm going to address it, a few things. I had a moderator on my channel. I'm gonna say his name is Collar, right? If Collar shows up in this chat, I want him booted. And this is why. He's no longer a moderator, but he's a moderator on a lot of influencers' chats. I don't know if he's still a moderator, but he was a moderator on a lot of influence like Dedrick, Ross, a few other people's chats. He was not only in the comment section of that live video, he gave a super chat, and this the kind of stuff that was said in that video.
Everything that's 100% black fucking sucks.
Y'all hear that? Let's do it again.
Everything that's 100% black fucking sucks.
He also said,
only one thing that I can remember that was all black that didn't suck, the Wayans family. The Wayans family always nailed it, always high quality. Everything fucking else, BET, garbage. Any kind of all-black soap opera, any kind of all-black movie, garbage. All garbage.
He did a video. Now, my thing is, he deleted the video, bro. Staying on business. Bro, you said it. What you delete the video for? Stand on your square, Holmes. Supposed to stand on that. You said it. Say it with your chest. Stand on it. Don't delete videos or put them in the archives. Make that public again. Right? And there's OG influencers who are now commenting in his videos and liking stuff. They're buddies. But birds of a feather flock together, and I'll deal with that OG in a little bit later. But he said that, right? There was a lot of other things he said, but he said that. And one of the big things is he was like, I was watching EQ's video and a lot of black people was coming on live. Well, anytime I had people come on live, I put a link in the chat and anybody can come on. Most people didn't come on. I can't help it if the people who had the intestinal fortitude or just wanted to chop it up happened to be black. If white man or woman showed up on the chat and wanted to talk, we could have talked. It was an open link. Come on in, sit down, enjoy the ride. But what's funny to me is this, because I'm very observant. Anytime black people get together, it's scary to some people. And they call it Black Fragcom. So give me a question. What is white Fragcom? Because there's a lot of lives, a ton of lives that people do that are white, and there's nothing but white people on those lives. So is that white Fragcom? Or is that Fragcom is just implied to be white? Which one is it? Are we not welcome? Which one is it? Somebody, please educate me. If 5 black people come on this stream, it's like, oh my God, it's a gang meeting. There's some Masons. They're about to have a cult meeting. Pitchforks, look, it's the new Black Panther Party. But if it's 5 white people on a live, or 3 white people on a live, it's like, that seems normal. Listen, I don't make the rules, but I have the observation. And I have the sense to know that that's some bigotry. Y'all heard the video? Y'all heard what he said out of his mouth? I'm not even gonna say his name, bro. It don't matter, because he ain't staying on business. If the video was still up and he stood on business, I might say the name. But he ain't staying on business, so that cowardness doesn't. I'm not gonna say your name. I'm not. For those who know. If you don't know, it's cool. You don't need to know. Ain't no point in giving him no views because that video ain't even up. So it ain't no point in even like doing that. But it happened, and it happened while I was gone, and my name was said. A few other things in that video that was said was, and I see another OG throw shots at this. I'm not going to delete comments, and wait, here's what they. I'm not going to delete comments, and I'm not blocking people. Well, guess what? Over here, I will delete comments and I'll block. Not because it's a difference of opinion. Not because of that. It's because when you're talking to me, you better watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth. I'm not going to let nothing fly. This is my house. Make no mistake. My channel is my house. I built this brick by brick, and I'll be damned if I let another person tear it down. Franklin, this is my house. I'm inviting you into my house. I wouldn't let you walk through my door and talk crazy to me. I'm not going to let you do it on the internet. It's never going to happen. If you wouldn't say it in person, I'm not going to let you say it on the internet. And the thing with trolls is, because trolling is a thing. I grew up in the era where there was no trolls, and if you said something, there was consequences because there was no internet. So if you said something, you probably said something about a person that was down the street from you or around the way, and confrontation could occur. Or you had to deal with what you said. You had to stay in on that. And the internet, I can be 3,000 miles away and say whatever. And for the most part, we probably won't cross paths. And sometimes trolls just want to exist. Well, you won't exist in my world. So I'm going to not only block you, but I'm going to delete your comments. That does 2 things for me. Or that leaves you with 2 choices. Choice one is be more of a loser and create a fake profile to now follow me on. That's crazy. That's an obsession. I'm scared. I need to get a restraining order against you if you're going through those measures. You already don't like me. Why are you creating a fake profile to then follow me again after I've already kicked you off? That's weirdo behavior. I'm going to judge. Or you're going to have to take that energy, go on somebody else's platform to then rant and talk about me. Well, I just made you part of my street team. You're now, remember in the 80s, oh, I mean, music now ain't sold with CDs on the corner. Y'all don't remember the 90s, the 2000s. You had a street team. You had to go out there and hustle. You had your flyers. You was doing the street team for the musician. If you're going to another channel and you're talking about me or you're saying something, then you're now a member of my street team. You're spreading the good gospel and the good word. Now people who don't know about me know about me. Cool. I'm now congratulations. You're part of the fan club. You're like the #1 fan club. So that's what I'm gonna do. Again, I wouldn't tolerate it in my house. You can have a difference of opinion. You can be like Angel Paradis. I could have been like, I think, Paradis. I'm going to stop saying that. It's Paradis. I could be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this. This is amazing. It's great. And you could be like, yeah, I smelt it. It ain't. I think it's only $225. I won't delete your comment. Now you come on and be like, your nose is broken. All you is a shield. You dumb as bricks. I would never pay that much. Bro, you're getting up out of here. Oh, and the third option for you to do is then cross my path and say that to me and we can have a conversation. And I can make it easy because this December, every December for Scent Explorer, I'm going to this year's Scent Explorer. I'm going to be there. I'm letting anybody who got a problem with me, I'm letting you know right now in this video. I'm going to be there. You have a year to save up money. I figure if you save $100 a month, by December, that's $1,200. That should get you a room, should get you a flight to New York. If you buy your ticket now, you can probably get it played, credit card and then pay it off, get your flight miles. You can probably make it to New York by December. If you start saving now, I'll be there. And all the energy you have, we can converse. But I know Fragcom, it's a lot of short people in Fragcom. But when I come around the corner at 6'3", 270 some pounds, and I'm a middle linebacker for the Redskins, you're going to be like, oh, maybe I should not say it that way. Maybe I should temper. And even if you know how to really get down, one thing about lines and one thing about praise is they know what prey to go after. They go after the sick. They go after the sick. Even one who think they can win, they still temper their expectations because they know it's going to be a battle regardless. So they still temper. They still mind their manners because they know violence is imminent. It can always be imminent. So I'm going to be there. Figure it out. You got a year to save up. Those are 3 things. But he deleted his video. He said that people coming on, I don't discriminate. If I do a video where I say anybody can come on, I mean just that. Anybody can come on. We have 353 people in here. I'm glad y'all are in here to hear this nonsense that's been going on. But when I say anybody can come on, anybody can come on. Admins, y'all know how to do. Moderators, y'all know how to get people up out of here if they get to talking crazy. And this is the thing, man. People gonna say, oh, y'all too sensitive. Here's my thing. And we're gonna have a real conversation. If I was Jewish and he said some wild, outlandish, Nazi, anti-Semitic stuff, people would disassociate themselves from him quickly. They would run so fast and nobody would say he's gone too far. But you want people of my tone, of my lineage, to turn the other cheek and to forgive. I don't forgive. I don't turn the other cheek. And I never, in the history of my life, have ever been a bigger man. I've never been a bigger man. We're not doing that. So you said what you said. There was many times we had disagreements on certain things, like influencers should tell people when they get free bottles. I'm in agreement. They should. I had a video about that. You could have came on. We could have discussed it, but you can never come on my platform again, or you can never come on my platform. If I see you, for those who know who he is, if he's in the chat, Jason, I need to make you a moderator too. If he comes on the chat, he's up out of here. It just is what it is. I'm sure he'll make a response video to this, and that's fine. But it is what it is. I'll be there at Scent Explorer. We can have a conversation in person. This is the first and last time I'm going to address the racism and what you said about me, or that. Because again, for those who are just coming in and didn't hear what this person said, he said this.
Everything that's 100% black fucking sucks. Believe me? You ever see a Tyler Perry movie? You ever see them shows on the Oprah network? Everything that has ever been 100% black has been fucking garbage.
That's what he said. That's clear as day, through the roof. No, that needs no interpretation. That's clear. That's not joking, and that is dead serious, and that's him saying it with his chest. Why that video ain't up no more? I don't know. I don't know why that video ain't up. So that's all I'm gonna say with him. I'm giving him no more airplay. It is what it is. Yes, if you talk to me crazy, I wouldn't allow disrespect in my front door. If you come through my front door at my house now, you walk in my front door with muddy shoes, you don't take your shoes off, you start being disrespectful to my kids or something, you say something crazy, we would get the rocking. So since this is the internet, you can't survive here and talk to me crazy without me deleting your comments. I'm not even going to argue with you. As soon as you talk crazy, I'm not going to have a going back and forth with you. I'm just going to delete your comment and block you. Just like that. If you mind your manners, you can stay. You don't, that's what it is. Cut and dry. I'm telling you what it is. You can call it me being an itch. You can't be an itch on the internet. Me being an itch will be talking like this and you show up at Center Explorer and I'll be apologizing. That's not going to happen. That would be that. But again, I'll be at Center Explorer this year. Take that how you want to take that. That's going to be what it's going to be. The last and final docket. This is a whole head, washed up OG. This loser is the type of loser that goes back to high school after 30 years after graduating in his varsity Letterman jacket and telling people how many yards he had. No one gives a fuck, Holmes. Robes08, no one cares, bro. You're like the guy who shows up literally to a high school game. You've graduated 20 years ago, but you was the man 20 years ago in high school. Rushed for 5,000 yards in a year or something crazy. But it's a new year and you show up and you see a group of young girls over there chit-chatting and talking and stuff and the kids. And they like, oh man, this new kid is awesome. And you walk over there with your varsity jacket, it's a little faded. And you be like, well, back in my day, when I ran for 5,000 yards. Yeah, bro. No one cares, Al Bundy. No one cares. I'm going to tell you a secret, bro. You can die tomorrow. No one would talk about you. You can die tomorrow. They'll talk about you for 3 months and that'll be it. You're going to be forgotten in the space, just like everybody else. There have been people, far greater human beings than you have ever been, or even me. I'm not exempt from this either, who have died and no one talks about them. When is the last time anybody mentioned my Mickers? Great reviewer. There are people in this chat don't even know who that is. They never seen a video. You know what will happen when you die? Is you're not going to be uploading video and YouTube is going to push your content so far down in the algorithm that you'll be in the archives of the archives. And there's a 16-year-old kid right now on TikTok or watching videos who's going to be the next Jeremy Fragrance, and he's going to have 100 million followers. And no one's going to know your name, bro. You will be forgotten. Al Bundy. This dude does what I call dirty macking. He does dirty macking. This is, for those who don't understand what dirty macking is, let me explain what dirty macking is. It's when I tell you some truth, but my ulterior motive is not like, it's kind of shady. For example, whoever's watching, imagine I'm talking to you. Let's say deep down, I want to bone your wife. I've been wanting to bone your wife for a long time. But when me and you hang out, you be talking to other women and you be cheating. And I catch your wife on the side and I say, listen, man, Craig, I know you love him. Y'all been together for like 15 years or whatever, but Craig do be talking to other women. And Craig got other women in his phone. And I seen Craig holding on another girl. I'm not telling her that because I'm some honorable dude who thinks cheating is a bad thing. I'm telling her that so she can be mad enough with you, maybe have some revenge sex with me, and I can get what I actually want. This whole I'm a savior of Fragcom is a sham. He's getting no views. He's lucky if he's getting 77 new subs. You can Google his numbers. When he did that video, he got a cool 1,900. 77. The views, the longevity of watch time, none of it's there. And he can't understand why some people who have been reviewing fragrances less than a year already have 100K. And it's angering them. And things have changed. Yes, bro, no one's using a rotary phone no more. We don't need to hear how you had to talk to your girlfriend and had to be careful before your mother picked up the phone and said, get off that phone. We have cell phones now. Mama can't pick up the phone and tell me to get off it. No one cares. You need to stop. And I used to like watching his videos, but this is what his videos are like now. I clicked on your video to watch you review Harmonious, not for the first 10 to 15 minutes, you throwing shade at other reviewers. Bro, tell me about Harmonious and shut the hell up. Every single video, his video is this. Other people are lying to you. They're selling you fragrance with affiliate codes and getting free bottles. But I'm a real one. Subscribe to me. My name is Mark. Every video like a petulant child. Bro, change your pad. I think you need some wings. You need a pad with wings. It's overflowing. Do better, bro. Every single video. Don't believe me? Go on his videos. He did a video before I came live. I said, well, it's like clockwork. You don't have to watch many of them. Just go to any video. It's like clockwork. I went to his latest video. I was like, before I go live, let me just see what this loser talking about. And first of all, he don't do reviews no more. Everything's the first impression. You always talking about people buying stuff. Bro, you don't got no money? You ain't buying no bottles? Because everything is, I'm getting this juice and I'm decanting it. And well, let me give you my first impressions unboxing, but it's really not an unboxing, but I'm going to, get fragrances that I know that other influencers with large channels like, and I'm going to make it a point to shit on those fragrances because, when you are negative towards fragrances, you're keeping it real. So that's my MO. And then when I want to compare it to something, I always throw out something like it smells like something Mancera Midnight. Mancera Midnight would make something Mancera Midnight would make. No, they wouldn't make that. It was a Mind Games fragrance he did on his latest video. The first 13 something minutes of the video he talking about Darian the Bowtie fragrance guy for 13 whole minutes. I came to hear about the Mind Games fragrance. I didn't personally, but if I'm a viewer, I came across your channel because I want to hear about that fragrance, not hear about you ranting about Darian. Or Erica. He has this thing about female reviewers. Got a thing about him. Did you try to bone him? You trying to bone him or something? You got a thing for female reviewers, bro? Allegedly. Do you? You sure? Maybe in the past you got a thing for female reviewers. I don't know, bro. But you got a problem with female reviewers. And listen, some things he said was sprinkled with some truth. Are there people on TikTok selling you fragrances? Yeah, but I don't watch it. I don't complain about it either. See, some people want to be an OG. But see, this is the funny part. OG is a street term. It's really for original gangster, right? And there's a difference between being an OG and being an old MFer or old man. There's a difference in being an OG and an old man. An OG put people on the game. Like, for instance, if I really had a problem with Fragcom, I wouldn't spend my time talking about people I don't like. I want to spend my time talking about channels I like. Tazo, Young Flagrants, Selly, Sniffs and Scents. I can keep going on. Silverback Sea Hodge. Young guys in the game putting in work. Dedrick, putting in work. Channels I'm missing. I mean, I can go on and I'll just highlight those channels that you like. So who should we be watching? Because you don't care about the community, you care about yourself. And you always say, what you should be watching is me. That's who y'all should be watching, me. Because I've been doing this for 10 years. Bro, it's dirty macking. It's interior motives. Your numbers ain't moving. And I get it. But you'll sprinkle some truth. Listen, I agree with some things. I don't watch a lot of, I got this thing with me. And I'm going to say something, and before somebody call me a male chauvinist, I don't watch a lot of male reviewers either. But female reviewers who review men's fragrances, I don't watch them. And I'm going to tell you why I don't watch them. When it gets recommended to me, I may give you one video. But if I hear you do any of the following, not only do I not subscribe to you, but I tell YouTube, don't recommend me this channel. And I move on with my life and I don't talk about you. I move on. If you're a female reviewer reviewing male fragrances, there's a few things. One, owning fragrances and being in fragrances for a while, I understand a couple things. One, fragrances on a woman's skin is going to smell different from a man's skin. So you even wearing the fragrance and you telling me how that wears and how that smells isn't really going to necessarily translate to me. So you're going to get different nuances. This has happened because if my girl came in here and picked up something and it can be harmonious, something else, the rose or something else different is going to come out on her skin. So your interpretation of that fragrance is going to be different. If you're paper spraying a fragrance and giving me a review, well, then you haven't worn it outside. You don't have wearing experience. So how can I really trust that review? You don't have wearing experience. So it's really not giving me anything because it's on the paper, and most of us have fragrance long enough to know that things on paper smell different on skin. So fragrances are made to be worn on skin, not on paper. It smells different. So you're not really giving me anything there either. So if I'm watching you, it's for mere entertainment purposes. But I got better things to do with my time than to give you 10 minutes of that. So then I'm going to watch, and if this is what you do, read notes, and you say, guys, this is sexy. The longevity on this is amazing. It has raspberry. It has rose. And you just start reading regular notes and then just using adjectives. I'm Audi 5000. I'm out. I'm out. Do not recommend. I'm cool on that. I'm cool. That's across the board. But there's male influence. There's male influencers who do the same thing, and I'm outie on that too. I'm out. You haven't given me anything, and the reason is I've been burnt. I personally don't want a whole bunch of different variations of certain compositions. So if something smells like a Ventus, I kind of just want to know it smells like a Ventus, even if it's a Ventus with a twist. Tell me what that twist is. I don't want to hear a whole bunch of fruity pineapples and juices and berries and all this other stuff just to get the fragrance and it smells like a Ventus. I'll be pissed. I've been burnt like that before. So I just be like, I'm cool. You got to give me a little bit more depth on a fragrance for me to be there. I just need more. And a lot of people don't give me that. So I spend my time watching other things outside of fragrance reviews. He talks about Erica and older Erica and Demi. I haven't seen a Demi video since 2017. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know what fragrance she's pushing. I don't understand. Curly, she came around COVID. I don't know what fragrance she's talked about. I don't watch her content. So I don't have anything to hate about, but I don't watch her content. It's not for me. The same way I don't watch Jeremy fragrance. Jeremy came across my feed, 2016, 15 maybe. And when I watched this video, I was watching it. I was like, okay. Then I watched the second video and I said, oh, he's selling fragrances to people who don't, or he's He's promoting a you can get ass if you wear this lifestyle. I don't need that to buy a fragrance, because one thing I know about women is they ain't really that hard to fuck. Respectfully, it's not really that hard to get some ass. Now, I could be saying that as a 6'3" male who's not broke, but it's not that hard. I don't need a fragrance to do that in the grand scheme. I can go buy Zara fragrances. I can go to CVS or Walmart, get one of those fragrances, $15, $20. I can go out, still get compliments, and still probably clap some cheeks. So when I realized, oh, you're selling fragrance or you're promoting sex, or you can get sex if you buy, I'm cool. I'm Audi 5000. I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that. I'm not telling y'all who to watch and who y'all should be watching. I don't care either way. If they doing it to get money, I don't know. I don't care. It ain't my cup of tea. I move on. I watch people I want to watch. But that's my thing. So to have so much vitriol, but you keep up with every single thing these people are doing, is weird to me. And it's dirty macking. One thing he said in one of his videos was, these people like in Micallef, they gave first impression, but you don't see it on the list. Well, bro, you're doing first impressions, shitting on fragrances, but you not wearing them, and you're not coming back and giving us a review to see if your mind changed. How many times y'all watching have smelt the fragrance, came back and was like, oh, that's a little bit different. I kind of like that. Are you even wearing these fragrances? And how is every single unboxing video straight through fragrance, you are getting through the opening to the dry down in 13 minutes? Every single one. Speaking of that, we've been like 30 minutes in, a little bit more, almost an hour. Okay, the raspberry on, and I'm talking about Killian because I have time. I've kind of let it develop, let fragrance develop. It takes time. The raspberry Jamie kind of calmed down, but it's in the background, so it's not as robust is the term, as the adjective I would use, robust. In the beginning, it was just a robust, like cherry, raspberry, almost like red berry. And when I say red berry, it can be like at times a little strawberry, raspberry. It was like a red berry jam, a concoction of red berry. Maybe like some dark cherries. It was just like a combination, but raspberry is the prominent, but it was like a jammy thing. It smells to me denser than the OG Angel Share, which is on this hand. It smells like it's a denser version. It smells denser. They say it is more concentration, but it makes Angel Share smell more airy when I smell them side by side. It's good. It's good. Has my mind changed on paying for something for 100 ml or almost $400, $385 for 50? Nah, I'm not. My problem is I'm collecting that line. Anything that line because I love booze. I love a good whiskey. I love nosing good premium bourbons. That's my thing. Or a cigar. I got a cigar box down there. I kind of like doing that. So because it's a boozy collection, I'm probably going to have every single one that comes out. But I don't want to pay $385 for it. I don't. Again, if it's limited, which if you're in my private Facebook group, I will, when I find out, I'll find out if it's limited, then I'm going to have to jump out the window, unfortunately. Because it's good enough. I pay retail for some things. It's good enough. I just don't know if I'm going to pay about $260 for it, for 50 ml. That's kind of where I want to be at. But that's how I feel about Creed Delphinus. Delphinus, my price point for that has been, I've been seeing them at discounts for about $280, $265 is like if I catch one for $265, I'm going to buy that. That's kind of my buy. It's like the stock market. When you catch it at the right price, then you buy the dip. That's kind of where I want to go with that. It's good. I mean, it's going to get you all the compliments. It's mass appealing. It's not complex. For something, yeah. And that's crazy because I have this 100 ml, but I think I have to go on a couple of websites. I think you might be able to get this for $360 something, maybe Defender. I don't really like the way Boadicea is kind of headed. And part of that is like this influencer market. I keep seeing commercials on Facebook, and it's kind of like, I don't know about the brand. Christian Provenzano left, and I'm like, I'm glad I got kind of what I want from the house. But anyway, back on Robes. Again, there's a difference between an OG and an old dude. Just because you've been doing something long enough doesn't make you an OG. You wouldn't know that. You ain't from that urban culture. You wouldn't know that. So you just use words. That's not an OG. OG in the neighborhood put people on the game. An OG would make sure that the young boy who might have been getting in a little trouble, but we knew like he ain't really had a heart to really be out in these streets. He wasn't going, like, these streets is violent. During the crack era, it was violent. People, they knew he wasn't, you ain't with that. Go play basketball, go do your homework. You need to go to college. You ain't built for this life. That's an OG. Or the kid who be like, man, I want to join the gang. And they be like, bro, like, you got a mama, your daddy around, he working hard, bro. This gang life ain't for you. Because when it's time to step, it's going to step. And if you ain't in line, it's going to be consequences to that. You kind of soft. This ain't for you. You go do your homework. OG put people on the game. You spend your time in every review being Al Bundy, talking about what it used to be 10, 15 years ago, how it used to be. And don't believe me, watch every video. He can't save his life, just do a flat out review on a fragrance, and that's what you came to hear. He can't for the life of himself do it. And what's funny is, lately, he's in this guy who I said, the racist guy, the guy, the bigot who said this.
Everything that's 100% black fucking sucks.
The guy who said that, Robes is in his comment. Robes is a fan. Robes is a fan of his work. I bet you Robes won't make a video talking about, if you're here for the community, I don't think this kind of talk should be in the community. Now, should it, Robes? If you're an elder statesman, you're a leader, I expect you to speak out against this, right? Especially since you've been in his comments, and don't try to delete the comments, I already screenshotted it. You're a fan of his work. But I know what you're going to do. You're going to say, I didn't know he said all that. I didn't know. Well, the thing with ignorance and insight is, once you know, you are responsible for what you know. And now you know. Somebody's going to tell you about this video. You're going to see it. You heard it. Now you know. So if you care about the community, I expect to see a video about how this shouldn't be allowed in the video. Especially since you commenting under his videos and stuff. Birds of a feather kind of tend to flock together. Sometimes in life, a line has to be drawn. That's why Kyla ain't here. At some point, you got to draw a line in the sand on certain things. You got to have principles, morals, and guidelines. And I think that kind of talk, there should be a line drawn in the sand. But again, you want to take the mantle and the role of leadership. Now you know. Deal with it. Will you? Probably not. You'll make more videos about me, or you'll make videos about Demi. You're obsessed with the women. You're obsessed with the women reviewers. You're obsessed with them. You can't help the fact that they have breasts and they're attractive. Yes, men want to do it. Some men are watching because they're horny. Yes. Contrary to popular belief, we all know we're being sold to. We all know that they're selling bottles that we can get laid. You're not the smartest person in the world. We all can see it. That's not why some people watch. They probably watch because they find them funny, or it's entertainment, or maybe they want to see pretty women on TV, not dad bods who grew a beard and think he's a lumberjack tough guy. Smacking people is what he said in the video about bow ties. Smacking, you ain't smacking nobody, bro. You ain't built like that. You ain't Ford tough like that. Relax. But you have an opportunity to be a spokesman an OG, to say something, but you won't. And that's cool. I don't expect you to. I won't expect you to. But we all know in every video telling people they should stop watching Demi, they should stop watching Jen Sense, they should stop watching Bowtie, they should stop watching Curly, they should stopping Redolescence, they should stop watching. I'm going to give you an example. Everybody know in my chat, y'all aware of Travis Hunter, right? Travis Hunter, who plays for, he's going to the pros. And everybody told Travis Hunter, hey, bro, you should leave your girl. Like, they exposing this girl and all sorts of other goofy stuff, right? One dude showed a picture and made a t-shirt with his girl doing all sorts of goofy stuff you're doing. And you know, Travis Hunter ain't leaving her. You ever had a friend and you be like, bro, that ain't right for you. You should probably leave her. And they be like, nah, I'm in love, bro. A lot of Fragcom are Travis Hunters. No matter how many times you say, you shouldn't watch these people, they're selling and they're shilling. They don't care. They're aware of it. They're aware. They're fully aware. I don't think we're the smartest people who can see it, and only we can see it, and they're not smart enough to recognize it. They know. They don't care. They don't. Those women are still going to get 127 views on any video they drop. I don't even know where Curly at now. She probably, 500K? I don't know. Where's she at now in her views and her sub count? I don't know, bro. She was at 100K, I guess, around the Soulja Boy thing. That's the last time I heard the controversy was her pushing Soulja Boy, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I thought it was basic juice for the price. But that's my opinion. But, like, what do y'all want? Y'all keep saying, and I say y'all, Fragcom, some people, some of his followers are like, y'all selling. So at one point, we're not salesmen. We're not salesmen. But at another point, you just want us to review. Which one is it? And I get it. I saw your little video. Oh, those people behind you, they got the Boadicias and they trying to show off. Bro, I never said I was this or that. Ain't nobody showing off. It's just, this is my fragrance lounge. I have it aesthetically pleasing to my eye. It's my house. I can organize fragrances however I want to. What should I put behind me? What you want me to do? You want me to move the Chanel exclusives behind me? Maybe throw some Guerlains behind me. I got those. What do you want? Some Arija doors? Put some of those behind me? Would that make everybody happy? So it's like really weird. It's like you can't please everybody. If I had a whole bunch of clones up behind me, you know, because everybody can't afford the Raja Hot Lux I got back there. Everybody can't afford that, and that's real life. Everybody ain't going to splurge that money for that. I like that fragrance. I paid for it. I like it. Everybody ain't going to buy that. But if I had a whole bunch of rack store fragrances, then you would say my nose is too virgin and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. If I have Boadicias around me, behind me, I'm showing off. If I have nothing but Arija doors, I have some Rosé Forts. I have some, what else I got back there? I got some Desir. Desir is a nice brand. It's a Japanese brand. They do Japanese oud, which Japanese oud is a lot different from other stuff. It's a good brand. I got one their fragrance, Hano Monoto or something like that. I can't think of the name of it. I got that. You know, the Cartier oud collection. Should I move that and put that behind me? Would that appease people in Fragcom? Which one is it? It's like no matter what it is, if it's affordable clones, I don't know what I'm talking about. If it's too expensive, I'm trying to show off. If it's nothing but Chanel exclusives and Frederick Malls, which I own those too, and they behind me, then I'm a snob. I start throwing Guerlains and vintage Masuko up there, then what? Then what? Then what? I don't know what I'm talking about. Then what? You can't make everybody happy. And most of the time, it's projection. Stop projecting, bro. Again, you did a video on a Mind Games fragrance and spent 13 minutes with another man. It was all in your throat. For 13 minutes, that man in your throat. I didn't come here to see you toss that man salad. I want to hear about, you know, whatever fragrance. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Again, if you're a true OG, that means you should have some channels that you like watching. You should spend time talking about those channels, but you won't do that because at the end of the day, you want people to stop watching those people with large platforms and come watch you. It's about you, Al Bundy. It's about you and your old Letterman beat up jacket and how you ran for 5,000 yards in 1988. No one cares. The little kids are looking at you like, boomer. You're acting like a boomer. Stop. Give it a rest. Again, I'll be at Scent Explorer. We can continue this conversation. You can figure that out. But, you know, when you got stuff going on in life, real stuff going on, like real world stuff, what Curly and them talking about don't bother me, bro. You get money, whatever. I don't care. Because it ain't my job to save grown men. Fragcom, for the most part, is some kids. And some kids, I would tell kids, do y'all due diligence. Y'all are easily impressionable teenage kids, and you might be watching Jeremy Fragrance and stuff of that nature, because I can tell his influence. You go on TikTok and you see some of these 16-year-old influencers, bro, they carbon copies of Jeremy Fragrance. And not the Jeremy Fragrance when he wore a suit and had the girlies up there, this new wilding out Jeremy Fragrance that be naked and be wilding. They like hit, so the influence is there. I get like, hey, y'all, it's other ways to review fragrances, but those kids also have like 500,000 followers on TikTok, bro. They're not going to stop it. You're not going to save them. And you being an old man talking to the other kids, because kids follow them, and saying, don't watch those kids. They're not real reviewers. What is a real reviewer? What is a real reviewer? You know what a real reviewer is? Anybody who owns a fragrance who can pick it up and talk about it. That's a review. That's everybody watching this channel is a real review. You should have seen what you said to him. I ain't even been reading the chat during when we'll talk when I get off here, man. I don't know. You might be going live, but yeah, man, that's a real review. This whole idea that you need to have girlons and all this other stuff, these basement dwellers. I call them the basement dwellers. They probably ruined their family. Their wife probably left them, and their kids don't like them. These are basement dwellers. They don't really have nothing else going on. Fragcom is all they have. If Fragcom goes away, if Fragcom YouTube went away like TikTok is going away in a couple of days, some people wouldn't know what to do with their life. You spent, I can't get over that, 13 minutes talking about a family man. He married, got a wife and kids. Your wife and kids, bro. It got to be more. It really has to be more. Listen, you gonna say what you want to say, but you said my name. The guy in DC and the guy in this. Listen, you know my name, Slim. And again, I used to like some of your work. Yeah, it was long-winded. It was 17 minutes for one review. I don't think it'd take that long, but cool. But then I would just want to just watch a review, and I got to hear about Eau de Erica. Bro, what? I don't want to hear about this. Tell me about this fragrance. Again, stop being Al Bundy. Go get you some business, because you ain't built for it tough like that. You're not. You're not built for it tough. So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that, because I don't need to even, that's it. I'm going to leave that as that. If he got something to say, I may address it again. But at this point, I'm at Scent Explorer. We can continue this conversation at Scent Explorer. We can continue it there, because again, I would almost like you highlighting channels you actually like to watch. It might be some channels I don't know about. There might be some good channels. You can be highlighting those channels, but you don't want that, because some of those channels you probably like to watch are probably smaller channels. You can't really get views off of that. You'll rather take the views from the guys with 100K plus and the girls with 500K or whatever plus. Those are the views you want. That's why you keep begging people to subscribe and watch you, a real reviewer. Again, a real reviewer is anybody who can pick up a fragrance and talk about it. Anybody watching. You pick up a fragrance tomorrow, your first fragrance ever, and you can tell me what it smells like. Guess what? You just gave me a review. The arrogance that make you think that it's not a review is arrogance at its highest form. It's elitism at its highest form. Anybody you can talk about a fragrance, it's a review. Is it truthful, honest? It don't matter. And the reason why it don't matter, because I don't trust none of y'all reviews. I don't trust none of y'all noses in the grand scheme of it. I have big beard business, during the bow tie fragrance guy, Ross, Sniffs and Scents, Selly, Tazo, all of them. Respectfully, I don't trust none of y'all noses. And what I mean by that is, no matter what y'all say about a fragrance, I'm going to sample it and see if I like it for myself because I'm spending my own money. Darian likes the Zodiac sign better than the Sapphire sign. I think he's crazy. I think the Sapphire line of Boadicea is far superior. He doesn't. Who's right or wrong? He's right and I'm right. I prefer that. He prefer that. We don't got to fight about it. I'm not calling him a liar. He likes that. Cool. Free bottles. I'm going to give y'all a secret, and I'm going to end on this secret. And this is something I learned recently. I have a friend, an associate, who doesn't do fragrance reviews. That's not his main thing. He does lifestyle content, right? I'm not going to say his name. If he ever wants to come on and talk about it, we can talk about it, but I would probably advise him against it because it would, ain't no need of messing up your money for this nonsense. But he does lifestyle content. He told me, and I quote, designer brands are paying out, not the niche brands. Everybody think, oh, the niche brands giving out free bottles, they paying. No, bro. It's your Spice Bombs. Those designer brands, they're the ones who are actually paying. Now, I didn't go too deep in the conversation, like, are they telling you to say something? I can talk to them anonymously and see if I can get some insight on that. But I mean, that's who's paying the money. And you know who's getting all the money? It ain't the fragrance reviewers, lifestyle content reviewers. So when you see a guy who's doing stuff about suits and shoes all the time, but then all of a sudden starts doing fragrance content for like a couple of reels or something, yeah, you probably got paid in good money. It's not the niche brands. Niche brands will give you a bottle and call it a day. So listen, man, it's a lot. It's a lot to it. Free bottles. I pay for all my bottles. Everything. Believe it or not. I can tell you on one hand which bottles was given to me free, and I'm honest. Zaharoff, I haven't paid for a Zaharoff ever. But you also don't see me putting Zaharoff on every single list. You don't. Quality. It still don't make every single list. Electimus been sending me bottles. They don't tell me nothing what to say. They just be like, here, this is the fragrance. And for people who don't know, when you get pre-release fragrances, this is what happens. Because if Electimus is coming out with new fragrance, I will get that fragrance unless I get kicked off. I'll get that fragrance. They'll say this fragrance isn't coming out until whatever. You have an embargo. You cannot talk about this fragrance, but we're giving you time to wear it for 2 or 3 weeks before it even hits the market. You're going to wear it, but you can't talk about it till this date. Oh, and by the way, that Angel Share, I think it's February 3rd is when that's coming out, that Paradis. But that's pretty much what happens. So Electimus will send me something. George just send me stuff when it comes out, but it's already released, and Ross kind of get the pre-heads up on what's going on with that. But like Electimus, they send me stuff. Their person. So they'll send me something. It'll come out 3 weeks. They'll just say, hey, this is the fragrance. This is the perfumer of the fragrance. These are the notes of the fragrance. There's an embargo. You can't talk about it till this date. That's it. I can read the email. And it's this date. That's it. So when you start seeing, let's say like February 3rd, when the Angel Share Paradis comes out, and you see it comes out February 3rd, and all of a sudden you see 25 videos drop on February 3rd, it's because those people had the bottles for like 2 or 3 weeks. They already did the review. They knew they couldn't upload it till the date, and they're racing to get the views on that review. That's how that works. That's the insider information. That's how that works. But they've had the fragrance for a period of time, but I bought some Electimus too. So I was buying Electimus before they sent me a bottle. But they give me some bottles, so that's transparency. But everything in Electimus ain't hitting. And I did a full review on Electimus, like a whole live on all their fragrances. Everything ain't for me. Everything ain't for me. Some things are. Chris Classic, a black-owned fragrance company. He sent me some stuff, but I also bought some stuff. Oh, Day 3 Fragrances sent me some stuff. Actually, I think Day 3, I think all Day 3. I don't think I bought. Yeah, I didn't buy. He sent me all that. So that's transparency. Day 3. That's about it. Everything else, the Raj is back there, or Rojas back there, the Boadiceas, the indie brands, the Guerlains, the Chanels, all that is me. I paid for that. I paid for that. So 407 in the chat. Again, we're going to go ahead and end this docket and end this video. We're going to listen. I didn't want to do this video, but my name's been said I've been quiet for like 6 months. And we're going to get back to it. When I come back, I'm not addressing this again. We're going to get back to talking fragrances, because since this summer, I have a box over there with 50 fragrances in that box. That's supposed to be a 50 fragrance live. The fragrance video that I'm going to do next, that's going to talk about fragrances, because we're going to move past this. We're moving on from this. Let's go ahead and move past this. It's going to be Vacation, the greatest, it'll be titled probably something like the greatest vacation fragrances ever. I have 50 in my collection. Great, and I'm going to rank them. The top 2 fragrances, no one's talking about it. The top 1 fragrance, no one's ever talked about it. No one's talked about the brand. I discovered the brand on my own. No one talks about it. I think I might have told like 2 people about the fragrance, 2. I'm not going to say it now. You'll wait for the video. And no, it's not Boadicea. It's an amazing vacation fragrance for the boozy person and the boozy lover in you. I'm gonna get back to that, because that's what I prefer to do, is give y'all content. I don't like addressing this, but when my name has been said multiple times in videos, somebody reaches out to me and like, dude, this dude is sending shots, and it happens more than once, and I go check, I gotta address it. But now that Robes know that he's associating himself with a bigot, I expect him to address it. And if he doesn't address it, then I can assume he's in line with bigotry. I can assume, especially as an OG spokesman who likes speaking out about everything else, I expect him to address it. If he doesn't, he aligns with the ideology. And that lets me know all I need to know. And it's cool. I like my bigots the way I like my whiskey. I prefer it straight. Straight up. I can respect bigots. Straight up. It's the people who try to hide not like they aren't, who are. I prefer it. So we're going to get to it. So coming up, I'm going to try to do more lives in April. Some things coming up with me, and we're going to be ending this live in April. Some things, I'm going to be changing some work things around. I plan on doing lives every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah, bro. We going to up the ante. I might start doing batch recording and get some regular videos out, but I love doing the lives, and that's going to be all fragrant stuff. We going to get away. We might talk about some stuff going on. I got some stuff planned that I want to take my lives and my show to talk about a lot of different things. Rather it be, I don't want to bridge the gap, because I might have, it could be a collaboration show. me and it could be a collaboration show. So I don't really want to discuss that. That's a conversation I have to have offline with somebody. But I think that can be a really good thing. And that was an idea that came from him. So we'll see what happens with that. Especially if I can get some consistency. But I think y'all would like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday show. So that's where I kind of want to go. We want to talk to fragrance, talk about fragrances. So at the end of the day, that's the end of the docket. We have brought people up the charges. And let me see what comments I got. I'm gonna be looking at the side. I see Bowtie been commenting. EQ, you buying XRP? Yeah, bro. People think that I always tell people, like, people think I'm an asshole. A couple things I want to address it, because some people think, I don't think everybody think that, but some people think I'm an asshole. And this is why. People come in my inbox and they be like, hey, what you think about this fragrance? Should I get this fragrance? I'm never going to give you permission to buy a fragrance. I'm always going to tell you, what do I always say? People who've been in my inbox, what do I always say? Sample it and figure it out on your own. I'm never going to tell you to buy a fragrance. So that's why I wish I dare somebody say I'm shilling something, because I'm never going to tell you to buy a fragrance. I always say sample it, figure it out on your own. It ain't for me to hold your hand. Mostly men follow me. Figure it out. I've done the job. I told you what I think about it. It's up to you to figure it out. I'm not going to mind your pockets. I'm not counting your coin. That is not my responsibility. Maybe you make a lot of money. Maybe you don't make a lot of money. None of that is my problem. I know that sounds harsh to say. That's not my problem. If you lost your job and you can barely, people be like, oh, but I don't really got it. I lost my job. And then maybe you shouldn't be buying fragrances at all, Holmes. Figure it out. Get your family in order. We are men. I know Darian, he's been doing lives too. I hope, I've been over an hour. I hope he wasn't planning on going live tonight, because I cut into his hour. I don't like doing that, but he's on the show. So I think it is. He's talked about bringing masculinity back, right? We want to be men, and I'm not Kevin Samuels. I'm not trying to get into his bag, but I'm big on like having your money and your credit right. Your credit. Your credit is a person with good credit shows a sense of financial responsibility, because that's your debt to income ratio. I like having my credit. Now I just bought a house, so it dipped a little bit when you buy a house, especially at my mortgage rate. But before, it was like 810. I keep my credit in the 800s. But I know how to get it back to 800s. I know how to play the credit game, and how to, you buy some stuff, pay it off, buy some stuff, pay it off, keep your credit in the 30 percentile where you owe, but you have some residual in credit. Some things you want to keep for about, you don't immediately pay it off. You want to let it flow for about 3 months. I know the game. But I don't have a lot of outstanding debt. But to get into my thing is, being a man, part of being a man is we want to be leaders. We want to be leaders. We want to be part of running our households. Part of running your household is also being financially responsible, but also responsible for that woman's feelings, nurturing, and everything else, right? If you can't handle your money right, you can't really run a family to a certain degree. Now, I'm not saying a man should do it by himself. I'm not on that kind of like relationship talk nonsense. But to come back into fragrances, if your money ain't right, I don't care if the fragrance is $20. Get your money right. Just get it right. And maybe some of y'all already got 50 fragrances. You don't need a 60. Ain't none of, I don't care how much I like that Paradis. You don't need it, bro. You got 50 fragrances. You're not a reviewer. You'll be fine with what you have. Anybody in my group, how many times y'all come into my group? I mean, listen, I'm consistent. And they be like, hey, I'm going on it. Or anybody came in my inbox, hey, I'm going to a wedding. What should I wear? You know what I always say? What do you have? And they be like, yeah, but I want to buy something different. I say, I understand that, but what do you have? And they be like, I got a Ventus, tuxedo or something else. I'll be like, yo, wear Ventus or wear tuxedo. And they be like, yeah, I would just think, I say, I think you should do that. But then if you're persistent, I'll be like, did you see my masculine signature scent fragrance videos? Do you own every fragrance on that list? Then get one of those. If you're persistent, I'll be like, then get one of those, because those hit. Pick one. Anyone. Pick one. you'll be good. But for the most part, I always say, wear what you already got. I don't work for these companies. Some companies I want to see succeed more than others. That's just, I want to see George succeed. But like Signature Bloom, it's not my cup of tea. But his new one, I likes that. Woody, resinous, dry, dusty, spicy incense. Chef's kiss. I'll probably try to get George on. We'll talk about that because he got a new one coming out. But everything ain't going to be everybody's cup of tea. How many people we got in? We still got 375. So I say all that to say is, I would rather somebody asked, because I got off on the chain to say, am I getting XRP? Absolutely, I have money in XRP. XRP is what, 324 now or something around there? I would rather buy XRP than to buy a new bottle of fragrances. I like my portfolio doing what it's doing. And I like to take gains and buy dips. I'm not going to tell you what to buy. I'm not giving you financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. Anything you do it at your own free will. If you lose money, that's your own problem. Seek a professional who get paid to handle investments. I don't do that. I don't get paid for that. I don't give financial advice. Figure it out. You're not going to sue me. No, sir. Anyway, we've been kind of going long. I didn't want to go long-winded. I kind of got through everything I wanted to get through on this video. Again, I would go live tomorrow and get this 50 fragrance list out, but guess what? It's football time. Commanders going up against those Lions, David and Goliath. It's going to be a tough one. I ain't going to talk smack, but if we up, I might start talking crazy to Detroit fans. But it's football this weekend. I'm not going live Sunday. I'm not going live with my Commanders playing tomorrow. I'm busy working Monday, Wednesday, maybe next Friday. I'll be back next Friday, 8 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to have a long intro. I'm going to get straight to the fragrances. Again, 50 of the best vacation fragrances money can buy. It's going to be some affordable. It's going to be some expensive ones. My number one isn't even the most expensive one. So we're going to do that. We're going to figure it out.
People always expect you to only be one way.
We're going to go. We're going to go ahead and be ending this. And listen, man, I appreciate the support. Again, the OG Robes. He's going to be informed. I'm going to tell him I was talking. He's going to see this video. You're going to want to address a lot of things I said. You're going to want to personally attack me, attack people who are close to me or whatever. That's cool. But why don't you deal with this bigotry first? I think that's a little bit more important. Why don't you deal with that? I want to hear what the elder statesman has to say about bigotry in his community, especially since he's in that guy's comments on his videos. Seems like birds of a feather flock together to me, but I don't want to call you a bigot. I'll allow you to address that. How about that? Anyway, man, peace to all everybody. Peace to all the human families of the planet Earth. We all gotta live here. Listen, female reviewers are gonna do what they do, but most who review male fragrances generally are selling sex and stuff. I'm cool on that, but I'm not mad at them for doing that. I was like, I should dress up in my best Durian outfit and review nothing but women fragrances and be like, ladies, hold on, man. Hold on. We're gonna pause. Let me do my joint. Be like, ladies, this lady's fragrance is amazing. It has hints of rose, cherry. I don't know. Let me read off some other notes. Some patchouli, some vetiver. It's sexy. It's long lasting. Men will drop their drawers for it. It's good. Ladies, it's so good. You must have it. Oh no, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. Sex sales everywhere. It does. But I'm not mad. That don't mean they also are lying about a fragrance. I don't get that deep into it. I just don't watch it. But ladies, get that fragrance. So good. Anyway, man, I'm out, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Tune in again next Friday. We're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to get back to the flow of things. I don't like dealing with this, but since my name was said multiple times, on more than one occasion, I had to deal with this. It's going to be said again, but I'm just not addressing it no more for real. Like, it is what it is. I'm at Sin Explorer. Anything somebody else got to say to me, they can show up, they can pop up and show. Yeah, they can just pop up. And then we got that conversation there. We can have a real conversation or we can have a viral conversation. It's however you want it. It's cool with me. I'm down for collaborating. I'll call it a collaboration. We cool. With that said, man, I'm going to leave y'all the way I greeted y'all, and that's the universal language of peace. Peace out. Love y'all, man. I love the support. 450-some people in the chat. OG, you can't get that. But, you say my name, put me on a thumbnail, you might get that. Try it sometime. Get some life. Peace.